Welcome, students, to the Sociolopedia. Today, we're kicking off our Class 12 series with the very first chapter, Introducing Indian Society. Okay, let's dive right in. So, let's start with a really simple question, but one that's actually pretty deep. You live in society every single day, right? But how well do you actually understand it? This question is what sociology is all about, because unlike any other subject, you're not starting from zero. You already know a lot about the society you live in. Now, here's the catch. This prior knowledge you have is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it's an advantage because it makes sociology feel familiar, not so intimidating. But the disadvantage is huge. To really learn sociology, we often have to first unlearn what we think we already know. And that brings us to this idea of common sense. We all have it, we all use it to get through the day, but sociology challenges us to look beyond it and ask, is our everyday knowledge really enough? You see, our common sense isn't some universal truth. It's something we pick up naturally, just by being part of our own social world. We get it from our family, our community, which means it's always shaped by a very specific, and you could say, limited viewpoint. And here's where we see the big difference. Common sense is often partial. That means it's both incomplete and usually biased towards what's best for our own group. Sociology, on the other hand, is systematic. It learns by comparing lots of different viewpoints, trying to get a picture that's more whole and impartial. So how does sociology help us see that bigger picture? Well, it gives us a couple of powerful new tools, or perspectives, for learning to see society in a whole new light. The first tool is what we call self-reflexivity. This is just the ability to kind of step outside of yourself and look at your own life like an outsider might. It helps you critically understand your own place in the grand scheme of things. And that brings us to the second tool, an idea that was brilliantly summed up by the famous sociologist C. Wright Mills. He said sociology helps us connect our personal troubles with bigger social issues. So what does that actually mean? Well, this is the crucial point. Sociology shows us how our personal problems, like, say, struggling to find a job, are often connected to much larger social trends, like widespread unemployment affecting thousands of people. It connects our individual story to the big picture. When we use these tools, we can start to build what you might call a social map, which helps us figure out our exact position within society. This map is basically made up of all the different social groups you belong to. Things like your age group, the language you speak, your economic class, your religion, your caste or tribe. Every single one of these things shapes your experiences and your relationships. So I want you to take a second and actually think about it. What does your social map look like? Just reflecting on that question is the first real step you can take toward developing a sociological perspective. And exploring this social map of India in detail is exactly what we're going to be doing as we move forward in this series. We're going to look at India's demographic structure. Then we'll dive into core institutions like caste and family. After that, we'll explore the role of the market, the deep-rooted issues of social inequality, and finally, the incredible challenges that come with our vast cultural diversity. And hey, just a quick note. If you want detailed notes for this chapter to help you with your studies, you can find them on our Telegram channel. The link is waiting for you in the description below. So now that you have the tools to see things in a new way, are you ready to truly understand Indian society? That's our introduction. In the next explainer, we'll dive right into Chapter 2. Thanks for watching.